Welcome to Daily Conversations. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 4th of February 2021 and the time now is 6:19 a.m. Well, today our topic is what is the most difficult part of learning? Why? Okay, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so here we go. Yeah. So today talk about learning. And then, do you want to start first?
No.
Okay, yeah. And then, to me, I think, I want to explain this learning, by using a, the x and y axis, a curve.
Mm.
And then, yeah, imagine that the left hand side, the y axis, is the knowledge. And then it's calculated maybe by percentage. Yeah, how many percent of knowledge we have learned. And then for the x-axis, yeah, which is the horizontal line, is the time we spent. Yeah, so I think at the beginning part, for many of the things we learn first, is to learn the know what. Yeah, to learn what is this, and then maybe if you learn uh, some technical things, you need to know those technical terms. Yeah, what are them? And then yeah, if we go forward a little bit to the right, and then yeah, after we gain some knowledge of know what, then it is the time for know how. Yeah, after we know what is the term, and then the basic meaning, and then it's the time for us to know how to use it, how to combine it. Yeah, and then yeah, if we go forward to the right, and then I think at that time maybe it's a, I call it a breakthrough. Yeah, it means that maybe you know a little how to use it. So the know-how part is already on the way. Um, but you need to improve. You need to get further improvement. Yeah. You need to do better. Yeah. So that is the breakthrough. So yeah. So I will rank the most important part as the breakthrough, the part of the breakthrough. So it's the right hand side. Yeah. So the whole curve is something like it is quite steep at first. Yeah, because we spend some time, and then we may be able to learn the technical terms, the meaning, and then after we know all the meanings, and we may started to know how to use it. Yeah, so it will also have some improvement, but the curve started to uh, get flatter. Yeah, when it reached the breakthrough, yeah, it means that we want to do something better than other people. Yeah, than other people in this particular area. Let's say playing chess. Yeah, you want to be um, the top player. Yeah, you need to be better than uh, the average player. So yeah, that is I think is the breakthrough, and is the most difficult part in learning something. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So
that's all.
um yeah yeah, I don't know whether for this topic you want to talk about something like this, or you want to talk about like which factor is the most important in learning. For example, whether we want to be determined, or we want to find the most correct direction. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you want to talk about this. Yeah, you can discuss about this kind of factors.
Yeah. Uh, uh, just now you talk about the curve. Yeah, I totally
Mm,
agree with you.
yeah.
And uh, our, our learning really need the breakthrough. Uh, I'm not sure whether you explain the breakthrough is something like mm, only after we cross a certain point,
Mm,
so we can see the result. So I mean uh the benefit of learning start to outweigh the cost of learning. Is it this breakthrough or yeah?
um, the cost of learning. What do you mean the cost of learning?
Uh then I'll ask you a question. What is the breakthrough just now you mentioned?
The breakthrough here is that after we started to know how to use the knowledge. Let's say if playing chess, we know how to move, and then we can also play quite well. But the problem is we cannot outperform uh, the average person. Yeah, so in English, it's like uh, firstly, we know the vocab terms, we know the terms, simple words, and then secondly, we started to know how to use those words, and then started to know some basic grammar. Yeah, but the problem is we cannot outperform the those normal English speaker. Yeah, so um, the stage to outperform them is the breakthrough in my explanation.
Mm, yeah. So you mean we will have a bottleneck. So
Mm,
after we break the bottleneck, after
mm.
we break the bottleneck,
Yeah.
then we have a breakthrough. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Mm. Yeah. Uh yeah. This is the most difficult part of learning. Mm. Yeah, because we all have we all have the bottleneck. Mm. But why?
Yeah.
Why we will have that bottleneck?
Yeah, good question. Yeah. So actually I think for here um yeah, because I think one of the thing that stop us at here for many people is um since we already have some knowledge for something, so we may not try so hard to um to go to the next stage. And then I think the breakthrough is not it's not easy. It also need a lot of time. And maybe in our expectation, we think it should be easy. So um yeah. So I think so is the problem like not having the correct expectation, and also uh and and because of that, not having the determination.
Is it just about uh we are not uh optimist. Yeah, we are not optimize the expectation. And how
Yeah.
about
Mm.
I mean uh how about if is there any case or is there any harmful that we overestimate or we over estimated estimated
Mm.
or over expect over expect something should be happen.
Um, okay, yeah, if let's say if we expect that uh to get the breakthrough is something like, let's say, we just need 1 year. Yeah, but if actually the breakthrough um, for many people that they already um, reach and pass the breakthrough level, for them maybe they need 3 years. So if we have the optimist expectation to think that we need only 1 year, and then yeah, maybe we learn after 1 year, we see no big improvement, and maybe we determine for another year, 2 years, and then maybe we will give up at that time.
Mm. Yeah. How about if you get the breakthrough, but you find out uh you still didn't get that return you desire.
Oh, yeah, you mean that we try really hard, we try hard for a very long time, but at the end still cannot get the expected return, right?
Uh, means okay. For example, just now you talk about the
Mm-hmm.
chess.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, uh, if you determine if you work hard,
Mm.
then can you be the top player?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, of course, this is not a guarantee things.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, but if you didn't work hard, so you lost the chance already, right?
mm, yeah. So but our resources is limited. We
Yeah,
uh
limited.
yeah. So how uh if using the test is that yeah, work hard is very important, so we
Mm-hmm.
should determine then yeah, what if I determine something that
Yeah.
uh uh that won't give me the return that I want.
Oh, um, yeah. But how do we know about that? We ourselves also um yeah, it's something like um we have to we yeah, we cannot know, right, before we reach that uh our um the expectation that we in our mind.
Then does it mean that you need to test you need to try everything to know what you want? To try
um
everything after it achieve the breakthrough that you mentioned, so you know whether there is a thing you want or not.
um yeah, so I think yeah, it is really a hard, it is yeah this question is really difficult, and I think maybe here, before we want to make a breakthrough on a particular thing, and before this, we need to uh, ask ourselves whether this is the things that you really want to get a breakthrough. And yeah, you may need a lot of resources, which is limited. Yeah, but um, yeah, so if you really want it, so maybe you need to give a try.
Mm,
Yeah, and it is something like gambling.
mm.
Yeah.
So is it so is it explain why some people cannot break their bottleneck, cannot have a breakthrough?
Um.
Or can you explain
Mm,
yeah, just now you say some people cannot break the bottleneck
mm,
because They are not working hard. They are not determined.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if that is the thing you want, so will you try to achieve?
Yes, I will try.
Mm. Yeah. So just now you talk about how to uh how to discuss this topic, and just now you say whether
Mm-mm.
whether we want to discuss yeah what is the part, yeah, what is the part, we got part A,
Mm-mm.
part B, part C, and which one is the most important, and why is this more, yeah, why is this sorry which one is the most difficult, and why is
Mm-mm.
the most difficult part, hmm, and why. Yeah.
Mm.
So just now you talk about the breakthrough and the
Mm.
bottleneck, mm, and and you say this is the most difficult part of learning.
Yeah.
Mm. Then but when we uh, but you're not sure whether this is what should we discuss. Mm.
Mm.
And then we go through some ideas. We
Yeah.
we try to understand why is the bottleneck, why is the breakthrough,
Mm.
and what is the implication here. And we realize that we will also link this idea, link this concept to others concept just now you mentioned, but you're not sure whether should discuss or not, which is
Mm.
like the
Yeah.
determination and the direction.
Mm.
Just now we also talk about direction, right?
Yeah.
Mm. And just now you say before you really want to uh focus on focus on one direction, and
Mm.
try to, yeah, try to give a try to break through something.
Mm.
Mm. Then you need to know whether this is what you want.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. So this is also the direction. Mm. So yeah, you can see all the thing is linked together.
Mm.
Mm. Just depend how to you uh present the thing, how to present the
Oh,
thing, and how do you not present, I want to say,
express?
yes, yeah, how to express the thing and how to look the same thing from different perspective.
Oh.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah. uh okay, but if we look at just now the analysis, yeah,
Mm.
uh we separate the stage, of the learning. Mm.
Mm.
And yeah, of course, learning have easy part, learning have difficult part. So
Mm.
the easy part means that everyone can learn very easily. So the difficult part means uh not everyone can learn very easily.
Mm.
It require you some intelligence, it require you some effort, the time to spend in energy.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. uh so this difficult part, or we can say this bottleneck, yeah, is the subjective one, is a subjective idea, and everyone will have the same experience.
Okay.
Mm. So for example, you learn the business,
Mm.
they sure will have some concept which is easy to learn. They also will have some concept which is quite difficult to understand, is it?
Mm. Yeah.
So would you say those knowledge which is uh not easily to be understood, you will say after you learn that you will have a breakthrough?
Uh, what do you mean? Can you uh, repeat again? I didn't get
Okay,
your mean.
okay. I miss for example, in your college life, you study the business, right?
Yeah.
You study the business subject, and they'll have some concept, which is easy to learn and easy to understand.
Yeah.
Some theory, some concept, and also they will have some theory. They will have some concept which is not easily to be understood and not easily to be learned.
Yeah.
And would you think that after you learn that thing, the typical thing, that not everybody uh uh can learn, yeah, can fully learn.
Yeah.
So that after learn that difficult thing,
Yeah.
you will think that you have some breakthrough.
Um, it depends, right? Because maybe for me, um, if I can learn, if I can learn it, I can master it. So maybe I won't think that is a breakthrough. Maybe I won't realize. Um,
No, you also need to spend time, spend
oh,
energy. Yeah, and this is the typical thing is
mm,
the typical thing is subjective. Mm.
oh, mm,
Eh? Uh, sorry, I miss actually, yeah, sorry, yeah, I use the wrong vocab. Yeah, it's objective. Yeah,
objective.
yeah, it's objective.
Yeah.
客观
Okay.
存在. Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
The typical thing is objective. Mm. So
Mm,
everyone can feel this is difficult. Everyone know
okay.
this is difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is not subjective, it's objective.
Mm,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So if I
And
have learned it, I will overcome it, right? I master it.
yes. Yeah. Would you think this is a breakthrough?
Yeah, yeah, to me, yes. But maybe after this, we will have another breakthrough. We will have more than one breakthrough after that.
Mm.
Yeah, which is the
Yeah.
different level.
Yeah. How to expand this by using the curve, by using the graph, because we have a lot of breakthrough. So which one is the most difficult part?
Yeah, because just now, if we talk about the case, like your example, we have an objective uh, breakthrough, right? Which is the part which most of the students think that is difficult. So if you have mastered it, so it means that yeah, that is the, I think, um, that is the first and is also one of the significant breakthrough here, because that is the breakthrough which uh, um, differentiate you and those other normal students.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that is important.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So uh yeah, I miss so how do we know whether it is the most difficult part of learning?
Um, how do we know? Yeah, if um yeah, if you apply it, so and then you will get the result, right? If we talk about uh the example just now, if it is something learning in the school, in the college, yeah, if you if you have mastered it, then you apply it, yeah, in the exam, yeah, you will get a better result if you really master it.
Mm. So is this the is the idea, is the concept is something same as uh you need to apply your knowledge to get something that you can see, which is the result.
Ah, yeah.
Mm. So you need to So you need to see the result so that then you can know whether you have breakthrough something, is it?
Yeah, see the result.
Mm, yeah. So how about not about exam? Mm,
Mm,
some skill in our life. For example,
mm,
uh yeah, yeah, an English teacher. I
yeah.
don't know what are those skills is important and what are those skills you are learning. For example,
Mm,
yeah, last time you talk about okay, 2 days uh uh 2 days ago's topic, you talk
mm,
about you are learning uh how how to explain the particular knowledge
mm,
become mm, more easier to be memorized,
yeah.
and more easier to be understood, right? So this
Mm.
is also one of the skill. This is also the thing you are learning. So what is the most difficult part of this learning?
Okay. For this, the most difficult part. Um, yeah, it's somehow difficult to explain here. Um,
Mm. Did you realize something? Uh, there's something strange, right?
mm, yeah,
Uh,
because
uh,
it seems like I am learning how to uh make it easy to memorize, but if you try to rank it, yeah, it's something like I didn't see clearly.
mm. And also, beside of that is, do you
Mm,
have any idea? Do you have any like uh, the quick mind? Do you have any quick mind? Whether it is relevant or not? Yeah, you can discuss. Uh,
okay,
uh, mm, mm,
yeah, yeah, just talk about the thing you asked me just now. But it's somehow we can still see the result. See the result is yeah, if you teach in this way and then you try to test the learner, the student, yeah, if they can uh how many they can memorize and how can they really apply that in the exam. So I still can know it somehow. And but one of the difficult part is that it really takes time for me to think out a very effective way to learn something, to memorize something. That it takes a lot of time and effort.
mm. Yeah. So, uh, can, yeah. So in at here, can you use the graph, the curve to explain what is the most difficult part of learning?
Um, okay, for I think for here uh I am at the place at the part which is applying the know what, and then yeah, I haven't get the breakthrough, and yeah, I think the breakthrough is something like yeah, because I can compare with my uh the memory teacher. Yeah, I am not sure whether he has yeah, it's he must be well prepared before the lesson, before uh the lecture that he conducted. But but we can know that he can do very well uh if it is like something 即兴 and then the um um the ability to come out the idea at that particular time. It's just like he know how to deal with every situation. And then for me, maybe I need to think for very long time, and I am not very sure whether it is effective. And then he definitely has much more techniques than me this memorize work.
But you still can test, right? You just need time. So for example, I give
Yeah,
you an infinite time. I give you an
yeah.
infinite time. So you try method A and apply to your student.
Yeah.
And if the method A didn't work, then you try another method. You try method B, you try method C, you try method D.
Yep.
So is it difficult? If you already have the infinite time.
Yeah, infinite time, yeah, it will be okay. It is just try and error.
Yeah. So and also, what's the breakthrough here? I didn't find I can't find the breakthrough. Where is the breakthrough here?
Yeah, I can't explain here. For this because the one of the difficult thing here for me is the efficiency. Yeah, but yeah, if you talk about infinite time for me, um yeah, then I don't know what to say for the breakthrough.
And actually, we don't need the infinite time. Yeah, when I learn the coding,
Mm-mm.
how many times I will run and test whether the code is work or not in one day. You know how many times? I can say more than 1,000 times.
Oh.
When I spend 8 hours, because the run, the run code, the running the code, the button, the shortcut of running the code is shift, shift plus enter.
Oh,
So this is the shortcut.
okay.
So after I check, and after I check my code, it should be okay. So I will run. I mean the Python code.
Yeah.
And I'm using the Python notebook.
Mm.
And I run. Oh shit! There's another bug. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. The error prompt. The error prompt out.
Mm-mm.
So I will try to solve the bug, and then I run
Yeah.
it again. So for every day, if I put my time, put my energy, put my effort into working something, writing the code.
Yeah.
And average, I will run the code 1,000 times. So that you can see in one days I can do the try and error 1,000 times.
Mm.
And normally the code will be normally the code will be completed within 1 week. Yeah. But they will have some exception. Which may maybe after that I think I want to improve the
Yeah.
code. I want to make the code run more efficient.
Mm-mm.
So for example, I'm working the trading bot by using a Python. So
Mm-mm.
the efficiency is really important. Hmm. Uh, buying a dip, buying a dip. If you can buy the dip earlier than other people, like 1 minute, so you'll gain more competitive advantage than you'll gain more competitive advantage.
Yeah.
So that 1 minute matter. So after you achieve that, you reduce the you increase the efficiency. So the 5 second matter. Because you try to improve until the limit, until the maximum. For example, it's like 1 second. So at this point you can't improve already. So 1 second is the maximum point. So at this time, only until this time. And I think this is very important. Efficiency is very important, but I cannot improve already. So I will leave it ahead. Yeah. And also, for example, like the trading board, you need to try a lot of strategy. Try to maximize your profit. Try to minimize your loss and minimize your risk. And also you need to test what is the maximum loss each time. So that if let's say the maximum loss each time is only, let's say it's only 10%. So that means you cannot use 10 times leverage. Even though there's maximum loss. So for example, average loss is 2%, but the maximum loss, like maybe 1 year only occurred 1 or 2 times. But it will hit 10% loss. So in this case, if you use 10 times leverage, you definitely will lose all your money. Because you can't control the risk. So there's if after you test, if after you test the maximum loss is 10%, so that means maybe you test you take a lot of data, you have a lot of sample, like 10-year sample, and you found that the maximum loss is like 10% only. So you can use like times 5 leverage. So times 5 leverage means if the maximum loss is not more than 20%, so you'll be fine. So that you can maximum your gain. Because you profit will times 20%. No, sorry, it's times 5%. Sorry, not percent. It's times 5.
5 times.
5 times. So there are many things you can work around. For example, you try to reduce the maximum loss. For example, 10%. You try to find some strategy to minimize the loss. Only keep it maximum, you will lose 5%. So that's been if you successfully do this, if you successfully did this, so that you can use 10 times leverage, is it? So you profit from times 5 become times 10. And the gap is 100% gain. Times 5 versus times 10. So it is 100% gain. And if you look at this, so can you explain what is the most difficult part of learning this, or what is the most difficult part of doing this?
This is also the breakthrough, because you already make this system. I call it system. You already invent it, and it can also be run successfully. But at that time you are pursuing higher return, higher result. So it's the breakthrough, I think. In the market, there are also some of the systems like this, right? Those paid systems. So if you want to compete with them or outperform them, then that level at that stage is a breakthrough.
But actually what I feel is there is no breakthrough. There's no breakthrough. I just test. I just use a try and error. Even though every day I try more than 1,000 times on copying.
Yeah.
And I will also think how to use the combination. Yeah, how to use different combination to maximize the profit, to minimize the loss. But to me, yeah, it take time. It take a lot of time. Yeah. I spend more than 1 month. So yeah, I spent more than 1 month on this project.
Oh.
This is the longest project I'm working. Yeah. I'm working yeah, all the time. This is the longest one.
Yeah, big things require times and effort.
But I don't think there's any breakthrough. And for example, after I find a new combination and I test.
Yeah.
Yeah, after test, I think it can be work.
Oh.
You know what I feel? I didn't feel excited. I just feel uh yeah it's just normal. It's just normal because
Oh, that is.
I have tested so many times.
Mm.
So this is not the breakthrough. So yeah, because for example, I spent let's say I try let's say I try 10 combination and analyze every combination if, any combination advantage and disadvantage.
Yeah.
So at the end maybe I find out so this one is the best. This one is the best. uh uh this one is better than the remaining 19. So is it a breakthrough? No. Yeah, you just test. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
test. So it's similar to the method the method you develop, to test on your student. This is the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
So after you for example, after you try 10 methods, and the first 9 methods don't have the significant effect. So you are going to improve your method. You'll try because you gain some experience from your previous failure. So eventually you develop a method that so can allow your students more easier to understand. So that
Yeah.
what would you feel? I think you won't feel excited anymore. Yeah, you only feel excited when the first time you think it could be work. Only
Yeah.
the first time. And after that, the excitement will be reduced, and you will think this is just normal, and nothing difficult here. There is nothing. There's they don't have anything is difficult at here. Yeah. So just now I ask you a question. Do you find there is something strange between between the graph, the curve you share,
Yeah.
and something that we are currently learning? You find that you cannot link them together.
Yes.
Do you know why? Yeah. Actually, you talk about the learning, you talk about a very, very big picture. You just talk about learning itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk about learning itself, but you didn't talk about when we are learning something. Yeah, it could be anything. Yeah. So what is the most difficult part we may face during the learning process? During learning something? It's quite confusing. It is quite confusing. For example,
Yeah.
okay, for example, I will tell you, human have 4 stage. Which one? Sorry, I will tell you like this. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, what is the most difficult part of life? Yeah, what is the most difficult part of human life? And you may say, oh yeah, human have some stage, have 4 stage. Yeah, first you are a baby, you don't know anything. And second,
Yeah.
you are fighting. Mm. And then but you can't get some result. Mm. Mm. So at the third stage, many people
Mm.
feel at this stage. Many people feel at this third stage. Why? Because after they cannot learn, uh, 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 after they cannot see the breakthrough, they just give
Mm.
up. And only those people can determine. So they give a try and have a breakthrough. So
Mm.
at the fourth stage, and this is the last stage, they get the reward.
Mm.
They get the harvest. So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the most difficult part. But is there any implication here? Is there any useful implication here?
Yeah, when linking to specific things we're dealing with in our life, right? Is
Yeah,
um
yeah.
mm.
For example, your life, you're working. Yeah, you work. Uh your study life. Your work life. Yeah, our work
Mm.
life is like 30 years or 40 years. Yeah, and also for example, our when we spend our time after we marriage, we have yeah we live with our partner. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. So what is the most difficult part in 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 this? Mm. So and why? So that after why you may give some suggestion how to solve it. Mm. But before to solve the thing, you need to know why. You need to know uh the reason why this is the most difficult part. Mm. And why
Mm.
many people feel at this. Mm. Yeah. For example, I would say like mm, yeah yeah, of course many people will feel many people will feel, but I won't say like mm, uh I will separate like 4 stage, and I will separate like 4 stage because it means that like the last stage,
Mm.
you definitely can get it, but this is not true, right?
Yeah.
Mm. So mm, but what we want is the last thing, is the last thing. uh uh yeah, we want the harvest. mm, we want the harvest. uh but uh but actually the harvest is not the thing that everybody can get. mm. So what is the most difficult thing? The most difficult thing is your learning really related to the harvest? This is the
Mm.
use case. And just now you talk about the direction, you also talk about the action.
Mm.
So if your learning cannot link, if your learning cannot link to the use case,
Yeah.
you cannot apply your knowledge. You cannot apply your knowledge, and how can you get the result?
Mm.
And if you don't know what you want, and you will get the result, you'll get some result that you don't want. But this is a result. Yeah, this is a return, but this is not the return you want.
Yep.
Mm. Uh, so if we talk about what is the most difficult part of learning, we need to know what is that learning we're talking about? What's the learning here we're talking about? Yeah. Is this something specific, or is it something like a very, very big picture? And if we use the big picture definition
Mm.
to see this question, can it give us a useful implication? It cannot. We may use another definition.
Mm.
We may use another perspective to see something.
Yeah.
So that's this is also the reason why we need to have a lot of perspective. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that some perspective is not useful, some perspective is useful. Yeah, of course, we will have some case will be like this. Yeah. But actually the most important implication here is when you have more perspective,
Yeah.
you can choose the perspective that can give the best description to the particular thing. You can see the thing from different different perspective, so we can decide. Yeah, you analyze the thing from different perspective, and you decide, yeah, which one perspective is the best. Yeah, by looking which perspective is the best to look at this thing. And okay, for example, I would like to tell you a story. After I graduate from the college, I get my first class honor. Actually, I'm a struggle. I'm struggle whether I should I should spend my time, my effort, my energy to study the ACCA. Or I shouldn't study, or I can choose, or I should choose not to study ACCA. But I will still keep learn some other skill, like Excel, Python, or some other skill. Yeah. But to be frank, yeah, I joined the ACCA, but I quit in the middle. So I just attend some class, and I didn't attend the first. I didn't attend my first ACCA exam. Yeah, and during the halfway, I suddenly realized that this is not the direction I want.
So it also means that you need to we may not be able to know our direction without give it a try.
Yeah, sometimes yes. And no, I miss most of the time. Yeah, most of the time we really need to try before we can know. And then, yeah, do you know if we study the ACCA, Saturdays we need to spend the whole day go to the school.
Yeah.
And sometimes Sunday also is like this. Sunday sometimes is uh uh you go to college and attend the course like in the morning. Yeah, so that's been 7 days beside of weekdays. And you should have 2 weekends. But you spend like 1.5 day on ACCA. You allocate your 1.5 day. Yeah, 1.5 day per week on ACCA. So you left 0.5 days every week. So that means you put most of your energy, most of your time, most of your money. Yeah, actually, study ACCA also costs your money, you know. Yeah, it's not little. Yeah. And then you spend your resources on that particular thing. But is the thing, is ACCA really, really important to you? I mean, to you. Yeah, some people will say, after you get ACCA, so you, so that you will get higher salary job. But is it the truth? Is it true? Is it a true thing? Yeah, it could be. But let's say we are in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Business just care whether you have experience, whether you can do more than one people job. So I can spend lesser money to hire to get the best result that I want to get. So they care about your efficiency. They care, of course, they care about your knowledge. Yeah, and then yeah, besides of this, yeah, if two candidates, one is ACCA students, yeah, one student is graduate from ACCA, and another student just graduate from, let's say, secondary school, but they have the same, but they have same experience, they have same efficiency level.
Yeah.
So ACCA, will ACCA candidate require ask for higher salary? So that means if in the if in that case you are an ACCA holder, okay, and you know other people can do better than you, or at least not worse than you, can you can you request a higher salary?
Yeah, it will be difficult, right? If you know that other people is not worse than me. But I was because of this that you have already spent your money, and it's normal that we will ask a higher salary, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you can ask, but other people may not give you. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially during a recession, during an economic crisis,
Yep.
they care more money. And yeah, and actually for SME, they don't need SCC. Doing SME account, we really don't need SCCA knowledge. Yeah, I can say this. Yeah, and uh, uh, the, uh, 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 the accounting and finance degree knowledge is more than enough. It's more than enough to handle SME company as account. Yeah, it's
Oh.
more than enough. And yeah, with that knowledge, you can learn more. Yeah, you need to you need to follow you need to follow the updated standards. For example, Singapore have one updated accounting standard which is called the lease liability. So I didn't learn this before. But because the Singapore government, they require to do this. Yeah, they require you to
Yeah.
do this, and they will give a lot of example. They have a lot of resources. Yeah,
Oh.
otherwise we can call them. Otherwise we can call the department to ask them, yeah, how to do.
Oh.
They definitely need to answer you, you know. They cannot say they don't know because the accounting standard is set up by them. How can they don't know,
Yeah.
right? So you can ask
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So that you can learn everything you want to learn. I miss about the accounting standard. Yeah, about the
Yeah.
accounting standard, especially especially for those just the latest standards. Yeah, the standard which is just updated because they have the responsibility to answer
Yeah.
you. Yeah, they have the responsibility to answer you. Mm. Yeah. But I didn't take the last step. But I still didn't take the last step because the resources from internet is just it's more than enough. It's more than enough for me to understand and also to formulate the standard into a template. So yeah, I can totally forget. I can totally forget this standard because I just need to key some variable, key something
Oh.
inside my template, so it will automatically help me calculate what I should record. It will automatically calculate ensure what double entry I should post in the accounting system. So it is
Yeah.
like the one-time job. Yeah. One-time task. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I just need to keep my template. Yeah. Set my template properly. Yeah. Properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, it doesn't mean that if in future I lost my template, I cannot rebuild it. Yeah, this is not the case. I definitely can rebuild it. Just need time. It just need time. But is there any
Yep.
breakthrough here? No, there's no breakthrough here. Yeah, nothing is a
Right.
breakthrough. You just learn what you want to learn. So that means if you try to learn something, for example, you study a degree,
Yeah.
you you really need to understand how to use this knowledge to help you get what you want. For example, get your job. How to apply this knowledge in your job. And then you also need to consider, yeah, if some theory cannot apply, what is the point to learn them?
Yeah.
And what is the disadvantage of this kind of theory? So what is the implication here? Because some theory is just a paper theory, and it can't apply to the reality. So the advantage of using this theory cannot help you. Hello?
Yeah.
But the disadvantage of using this theory, yeah, it may give you some sign. Yeah. It may help you to learn new things. Now, why you cannot apply this theory to the reality? Yeah. So this kind of question, maybe this kind of question is better than how to use this theory. How to apply this theory.
Yeah.
Because you can see the real thing. You can see the nature of reality. Why you cannot apply this to reality? Yeah, because reality have some different from the theory. Yeah. So what is the difference? So you list out.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. To me, learning itself and learning a particular thing, this is a different topic. Yeah, they are different topic. Yeah, because one is looking the big idea, and another one is looking a specific thing, and you really need to understand, yeah, what you are learning.
Yep.
Yeah, because you expect to get some return.
Yep.
But for me, I normally will talk about I normally will use the later, yeah, the later definition of learning, which is you're learning some specific thing. Yeah. I will not talking about the big picture of learning. And yeah, because so why? Because we really need to what we want is actually the result. We want the result. We don't we really don't need the philosophy. The philosophy, for example, like learn until you die. Yeah, this kind of old saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, learn until you die. So what did you learn?
Yeah, what we learn is important, right?
So yeah, this
It's more
learning also is,
important.
yeah, this learn until you die. This also learn. This also is learning. But the learning is different from the learning we should discuss, which is learning some specific thing.
Yeah.
Because we want to get the result. Mm. So yeah, back to the topic. What is the most difficult part of learning? I think it is just take time. It really take time, and you really need to know what the direction you want to get.
Yeah.
The direction is the most important, and also the use case. Mm. Mm. So
Mm.
why you want to learn this? Yeah, why you where you want to apply on? Mm.
Mm. Yep.
And is your expectation different from reality? That means after you learn this, you cannot apply this on the reality on something. So that means by learning this, there's no use case for you. Yeah,
Mm.
there's no use case to you. Mm. So that you need to know. So you need to know what are you learning and
Mm.
what you want to get. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because learning is really not difficult. It just take time. It really take time. Mm.
Mm.
And it require you the determination, but uh yeah, because previously we talk about a lot of ideas, and one of the idea is the mental benefit. Mm.
Mm.
And you can give the meaning. You can give the meaning on what you are learning. Yeah. So that means determination is not a good idea. Actually, determination is not a good idea because when you want to determine on something, you
Yeah.
actually not sure whether you can get something from it. If you're really sure
Mm.
you can get something from this, determination is just normal. You don't need to determine. This is just normal.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, because this is just
Yeah.
wait. This is just this is just like you learn something. It take time. Yeah, just it. Yeah. So that's
Mm.
it. It just take time. So definitely after some time you'll get the result.
Yeah.
Mm. And also like for example, if you want to become the top player, the top chess player, it's more than learning. Yeah, it's more than learning already. Mm. Because you can learn something well, but you cannot but you can learn something well doesn't mean that you can become uh the top 0.1% or even the top person in the world.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. For example, uh you can improve your chess. You can improve your uh you can improve your chess technique. Mm.
Mm.
You can study the chess book. Mm.
Mm.
To study uh to study the different form of the start game.
Mm.
You can
Yep.
also study how to play well in the mid game. You also can study about the end game.
Mm. Yep.
But it doesn't mean that after you study, you can become the top player. And if you really want to become the top player, you you have to you need to have the awareness. You need to put most of your time, yeah, or all, yeah. It's all of your time in this particular thing. Is it worth it? So is this the thing you want? If this is the thing you want and you have talent on, yeah, you have the talent, then you can go for it. Mm.
Mm.
Uh this is the part. This is the part after learning. Mm. Yeah, this is the part after learning. So
Mm.
but here direction is still matter. Yeah, direction still matter. Mm.
Yeah.
But there are more but there are more things you need to consider beside the direction. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So in summary, I think the most difficult part of learning is is first is not the determination, because if you really
Yeah.
know the thing you want to the thing you want to get, and you very sure that mm,
Mm.
by doing this you can get the result you want, Yeah. So you
Yeah.
need to you need to review your mind. You need to review why you want to learn this thing, and this is not one-time thinking. Yeah, they require subsequent review.
Mm.
This is also same as the investment. You need to review your investment portfolio. You need to review what you're investing. Because
Mm.
yeah, thing may change over time. The thing may change over time.
Yeah.
For example, the thing you are learning now is no longer the big trend. Yeah, no longer the future trend.
Mm.
So you may consider whether you want to switch to another path, switch to another thing to work on, or you still want to determine on this.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, the thing may change over time. So and also our learning, because our learning is linked to the result. If the trend have changed, so that means our result, the result we can get is lesser, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we need to review. We need to review again and again. Mm.
Yeah.
So actually, if you want to conclude it, yeah, actually the most difficult part of learning is thinking. If you want to conclude into one vocab, yeah, one vocab or one
One word.
concept, one
Yeah.
word, one concept, one idea is thinking. Yeah, you really need to think. Yeah, you need to think a lot. And during uh during our learning, we also need to think a lot, right? For example, you want to think how to explain how to explain some knowledge to your students so you can make them more understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also need to think, and you also need to think. Yeah, you not only need to think whether this can help them to understand. You also need to think whether this is the popular, whether this is useful knowledge or not, or the knowledge is not useful. Yeah, whether after they learn this, mm, yeah, because you know their time, their brain resources, their memory is limited. Mm, their memory ability is limited. You also need to think, yeah, what should I teach them?
Yeah.
Mm. So uh, it's not only thinking about what we are learning and why we are learning. Mm.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, this is the thing I want to share for today. Do you have
Mm.
anything want to add in?
No.
Mm. Okay, so that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And sometimes we may include one or two critical thinking questions in the comment. This is very hard to answer for most of the people. If you had quote unquote critical answers for the critical questions, please share it with us. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know. Because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.